How about now?
Wow, that's fun. Yeah, everybody got
Shalom,
shit, brother.
shalom. All right, all praises.
Nobody ain't saying jack.
All right, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahweh
Yahweh
Shai,
Shai,
Ba'ashem,
Ba'ashem,
Rakak
Rakak.
Kodash. I want to give double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught us this truth. I want to say peace, mercy, and blessings unto all of the hopeful elect. The true name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, which means he exists or he is to be. The true name of the Son is Yahweh Shai, which means he is the deliverer. All right, now we are the Hebrew Israelites. All right, and there's not just one tribe, as we've been taught for years. Hey, Yahweh Shem Yashab Shalom. As we've been taught for years, there's 12 tribes. All right, today we're being called Negro, Black, Haitian, Jamaican, West Indian, African American, Native American, Seminole Indian, Latin, Hispanic. All right. Now, people, we're not just black people, man. All right. We come in many different shades. Some of us are darker, some of us are brown. Esau, the so called white man, labeled us black. But guess what? He got a biblical nationality as well, which is Esau, Edom. He has many names in the scriptures too. It's called him Satan, Lucifer, Mount Seir, Idumea,
Man of perdition.
man of perdition, the serpent, the dragon,
The lawless man.
the lawless one, you know, fucking Cain, and he came back as Esau. And now we're in the last days where this man's, you can clearly feel his kingdom is going down. His kingdom is going down. All praise you, how about Shem Shai, man. And the water, how about Shem Shai for allowing us to come out and to continue to do this work. Can you bring that out, brother? And whatever you got.
Book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, sorry, 1.
Yes, sir.
Book, Book of Second Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right. And in order to measure the time, you have to use the Holy Bible and the prophecies that are written in to measure the time. All right. Because, can you get me, you have some?
Yeah, I hold it.
Okay. Can you get, I believe that's Isaiah 42 and verse 9. Let's see. Let me make sure real quick. Because you're not going to find prophecies anywhere else. You're not going to find prophecies in the Quran, and what prophets came out of the Muslim faith anyway? What are they warning you about? What's the end all be all? How do we get this man from ruling the planet in wickedness, man? The chemtrails and shit, they don't have the answers for you. What Kanye told Sway, you don't have the answers, Sway. So these other groups with these books and everything, they don't have the answers for you, but the men of the Lord, they do have the answers, man. All right, and the answers are found in this book. But we're using this book to measure the time. You know, I believe it's Isaiah 42 and verse 9. Yep.
This is Isaiah chapter 42 and verse 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them.
That's prophecy. Prophecy means to say before it happens. So we're saying things before they happen, but now we're in a time where you can see them happen. We have been apostles and elders. They have been mentioned in World War III for decades, man. They've been out there for decades. Before they even seen. I'm sure they've seen things, but not like they're seeing it now. It's like, you miss a minute of news. You're missing a lot. It's so much going on. You can barely keep up with it. And the next year, which is all, remind you, is already October 18th, 2025, No King's Day, right? There's nationwide protests of No King's Day against the cruel Lord. We just call them that, speaking in code. All right, because people are upset at this administration because they're suffering. All right, they're cutting SNAP benefits, which that's food stamps. In other words, for food stamps, a lot of people being evicted, they're losing their Section 8. Okay, and we're coming up time of the winter months. So a lot of people are going to be cold, homeless, and hungry, and they're going to be frustrated. And a lot of people are hitting the streets right now, you know?
Oh, that's very true because one of my customers that I had went out to, he lives in the sticks too. You know what I'm saying? And basically, he was talking shit about Trump because I basically was to ask him about, because he had got a van for his handicapped son, you know. And I asked him, was he able to use it? Yeah, he said no, because Trump don't cut a lot of my shit. He said he cut my glasses, because you get insurance, medical, for prescription glasses. And he said, I'm kind of like in the unknown about if I'm going to get the lift to be able to put in the van for my son.
Yeah.
And then he started, like it was a deep discussion. We started, you know what I mean? But this is me talking to, I don't know, a perceived Edomite.
Yeah, because people, the
You know
most
what I'm
high,
saying?
sometimes people in the world, they be saying spiritual things. 'Cause I
Yeah.
remember I went to make a medical drop. I was doing like delivering medical supplies, and the lady behind the counter, she was saying, well, they said we're gonna own nothing and be happy. She was quoting Klaus Schwab from the West World Economic Forum. So a lot of these people, they be saying spiritual things around you.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, this the kicker, because he said he was talking shit to a couple of his buddies about Trump. And he said it got so bad that one of them, he almost got into a fight with him about the shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be another civil war, man.
Oh yeah, shit is
You know what I'm
popping off.
saying?
Read that again. Let me see. See if I can angle this right. Go ahead, brother.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then, said, measure thou time diligently in itself, and when thou seest the part of the sign pass, which I have told thee before then, shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right. So we're in the times where the Lord is going to visit, and when you look up the definition of words, right? It's funny because I looked that word up, and guess what it means? To afflict. So there's two definitions of the word visit, right? One means to afflict, and one means to deliver. But that's exactly what Yahushua is coming to do. It's coming to deliver some and to destroy others. I think that's the mafia saying, we're going to pay them a visit, we're going to throw them a party. So that's the Lord speaking, and so-called hip talk. You know what I'm saying? Read that, bring that back.
The book of 2nd Ezra,
Book one.
chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently.
Right. So you're supposed to be watching. That's why the Lord said, watch as well as pray, pray without ceasing. So we're watching for the signs that are written in this book. And one of the major signs is that the whole world is going cashless, right? Digital ID, CBDC, central bank digital currency, because that's leading you to what? That's leading you to the mark of the beast. There's going to be a time that's going to come upon the whole world where you won't be able to buy or sell if you don't do something, which is bow down to Baal, bow down to this man's system, take his mark. But go ahead.
Watching Brother ICR was doing a lesson on it. They were saying like 20,000 people in the United States already got the MOT.
Yeah. And you see, and it's gonna come into the millions. The only people who pretty much not gonna get that is the elect and the ones the most spare. Allow them to not get it because they might be in different parts of the world where they're able to hide from Esau and his military.
The Lord said, I observed 7,000 men that shall not bow knee to Baal.
Yep. Actually, let's grab that. I believe that's in Revelation chapter 9. Start from 1. I'll keep going in that.
And when thou seest the part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before.
So we're seeing part of the signs pass. A major sign is that we're out here. The scripture says, I have set the apostles last. So we're starting with our apostles and elders and their elders. So that's a major sign of the end that we're out here. We're calling on the name. We know who we are. It says that in Baruch. They shall think upon my name and, remember themselves. That's the time we're in. We're yet this day in our captivity subject under payments, but we're calling on the name is a key factor because it says in Zechariah that I will bring the third part through the fire and they shall call on my name. Got that.
So the sign passed, which I have told thee before then, shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world. Which
So that's why you're seeing more chariots, because the Lord's visiting. You know, so if you don't be surprised, you start seeing more chariots, because we're in the time where Yahweh Shem El Shai is visiting. You know, so-called signs in the heavens, planetary alignments, solar eclipses, blood moons. That's signs of the end.
I said,
People
like,
having dreams.
like yesterday when I was getting off of work, I was at the gas and I was pulling out. I swear to God, it looked just like it was a chariot, man. I said it couldn't be no airplane because it was going straight. It was just gliding across the sky, man. And it was like all white and it was like real straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, that's an airplane or a chariot. Way it was flying, I said, nah, no plane don't fly like that, because it would have been kind of, ridgy or kind of shaky when when it fly, it was just too straight. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, you can kind of tell when it's Esau shit.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell when it's something, out the ordinary.
There we go. That was just broad. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, uproars of the people in the world.
There you go. That's the point I wanted to make, because it says uproars of the people in the world. And today there's massive protests all throughout America. They're protesting the cruel Lord, Mr. Donald Trump. All right, Mr. Nero, the 47th. Okay, this is a article from End Time Headlines. It says developing anti-Amalek. And I'll say it like that, speaking code, right? Anti-Amalek radicals from global Intifada movement join No Kings protests. So they're pretty much protesting this man administration. They want him out, because what he's doing, he is instigating a civil war. Okay, because he has these red states like Texas. What they're doing, they're sending National Guard into Illinois, which is a blue state. All right, the people of Illinois, the governor, the mayor, they don't want troops from Texas up in there.
Yeah.
And then up parts of Oregon, some parts of the world, you have the mayor, governor, they have the guard protecting the protesters. All right. Other parts, you have the guard protecting ICE. So that's completely divided. That's division right there. Found it.
This is Romans 11:4. But what saith the answer of the Most High unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal.
And in a nutshell, that's the elect. And you can say the image of Baal is the mark of the beast, the rice device. The Most High has a complete amount of men that just not going to do that, whatever it takes, even to the point that they're going to be beheaded, because that's how serious it's going to be. Esau's getting ready to lock this shit down. He's getting locked this shit down. And if you don't want to get down with his program, you're going to be in prison. That's why they're building more prisons. That's why all these camps. That's why they're putting the military in the streets too. Okay, because you have to understand what they're doing. They're provoking the people, man. What Esau's doing with ICE and putting them in, grabbing people, family up, that's like somebody bumping into you, daring you to hit them. And so he's instigating Jake so he could put in,
Yeah. He's doing that to make you niggas move your chest piece. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't want to be looked at. He don't want to be looked at as the bad guy. You never want to be the provoker. You want to be the guy that responds to the self-defense plan.
Yeah.
he want to justify himself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But what do you think? Somebody kicking your door, grab your grandmother up, that's like war.
Mm-hmm.
So Jake, a lot of these Jake, they ain't gonna have that shit, man. Then you throw in the fact that people already, it said there's a saying, when you have nothing left to lose, people lose it. So what you think? You try to grab somebody's child up, their mom, try to take them somewhere. They ain't saying, they ain't showing their face, no paperwork, not reading, rights or nothing. Don't be surprised if somebody snap, and they lay an ICE agent down, or it'd be an agent provocateur lay them down.
Push your little baby out the way. Tomorrow, fuck them baby, fuck them kids.
Yes, they zip tied them.
Yeah.
But this is another thing that we've been warning you about too, because this is called in the Bible the time of Jacob's trouble. So what is Jacob's trouble? That's the time where Esau's military come down and put hell on you, man. Torture you, beat you, kill you, throw you in prison. That's a horrible. Separate your family. That's a terrible time.
It's gonna get worse.
But for us, you know what I'm saying? For the ones in the know, the men of the, Lord, prophets, it's a good thing. We love it. We love seeing this shit happen. Because what? That means that our salvation is narrating, what we believe.
Exactly. For the men of the Lord, the believers, we're getting excited at times because we know the Lord is that much closer. And we also know that when Esau come to try to get us, Most High gonna fuck him up. So you pushing the Most High's hand. You coming against us, now you're gonna set the prophecy of lifting the standards.
Exactly.
The standard being lifted up. Like the brother dream, he had a dream about the mark of the beast. He was saying they took him somewhere and they wouldn't let him leave, which that was pretty much a sea camp, But the Most High put the spirit on him to leave, and they went to scan him, and the dude didn't even see him. Matter of fact, get that Isaiah 59:19, because when you look up that word standard, guess what it means? It means to disappear. So Most High can actually hide you, from these people, so they only see you. You just being as a pilgrim, because you ain't gonna be a sitting duck in the corner somewhere. I think one of y'all posted the C to the I to the 8 even said that.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Therefore, when thou shalt be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Every day there's earthquakes. There's earthquakes all throughout the world. Every random times, man, all over earthquakes, nonstop. Can't keep up with it. And anything, if you do your research on anything over a 4.5, that's a major earthquake. That's doing damage. People could die. But then you throw massive protests like Paris protesting, different parts of the Middle East. The whole world is in a protest of what's happening in Gaza. Inside America, there's protests. When people can't no longer feed themselves, they just working to, you working 60 hours a week, but you're living out of a damn car, you can't wash your ass. People gonna be pissed off, so they're gonna hit the streets.
Yeah, this is Isaiah 59:19. So shall they fear the name of the Lord Yahweh from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun.
So that means from the whole world. Because the West, you can say, Babylon the Great, America. They call it the West. The rising of the sun, that's the East. That's where the Lord's going to come from, the rising of the sun. So the name of so just like during the time of first Exodus, the first Exodus with Moses, right? The other nations, they heard about the power of the Lord, what he did to Pharaoh's army. He drowned them in the Red Sea. So the fame of the Lord spread all throughout the world. So imagine now when this place gets nuked and the men of the Lord get delivered and they come down off the ships with chariots, they're going to be in great fear, man.
I've been seeing that the one where the NASA scientists was saying the reporter that UAP, or one of the chariots came down on the airport, and the young men, the 7-foot tall black men, came out of it. I've been seeing that doing his rounds on YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, his name is Norman Bergen. He's a top NASA scientist. You can look him up, Norman Bergen. And he said that he saw so-called black men get off the UFOs.
Those new bodies. It's that young men.
Yep.
So we gonna be restored, man, to that natural state of never like aging. You know what I'm saying?
That celestial body.
Yeah.
Which also the angels, the angels are our brothers too. The angels are in that form right now. He said they had the face of a man that never been conquered.
Race, never been conquered.
Which pretty much mean Esau, you don't stand a chance.
Right.
Yeah, deep shit. Yeah, fucking trouble. Y'all gonna do with 7-foot tall angels, black men, man. And what spiritual powers at that?
And you don't have no weapon that could touch him.
Oh man.
And it says, when the enemy shall come in like a flood.
That's what's happening. And every major state across Babylon, mainly where the Israelites are, Chocolate City, DC, Memphis, Chi-Town, Los Angeles,
Jackson, Mississippi.
Down there, Mississippi,
Portland,
Oregon. They're putting troops. So that's the enemy coming like a flood, the beginning of Jacob's trouble.
Man, and it's no coincidence they call them ice. What happened with ice when it melt? Water.
Yeah, yep.
That's that flood.
It's also cold too, because it says the love of many shall wax cold.
Yep.
You know, where you see zip tie the kids, he said, fuck them kids, man. They're not either my kid. They're not white kids. You know, that's how they feel.
I keep watching that 25th anniversary of Hurricane Katrina, man. I mean, they got video, man. This lady had a 5-day-old baby, and the baby looked faint. The news anchor, man, gonna ask the lady, is gonna survive? She said, well, no, he asked her, was he okay? She was like, well, I think he okay. I hope he gonna make it. But the baby just, you know what I'm saying? What baby, just sit there? Baby
Right.
usually gonna be trying to move and cry or something. The baby looked faint, like, you know what I'm saying?
Right, how that sun beaming down,
Yeah.
water.
People was on the highway trying to make it to the dome, and the National Guard was turning them around. They were trying to get to, because they kept getting conflicted information. Go to this dome, go to this place. And then people trying to get there, people was lying dead on the highway.
Yeah, man.
Because one of the guys was commentating, because he had one of them camcorders. He said, yo, them people just wasn't sitting there. A lot of them were dead.
Yeah,
They had to put covers over.
Yeah, a lot of them were. That was a horrible time, bro. That was, and then it says, matter of fact, I'm sorry, finish that. God,
And it says,
my bad.
like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord Yahweh shall lift up a standard against them.
So that's the Most High helping us, coming to our aid. You know, allowing us to escape. You know, make it out of impossible. You might be in a situation like, damn, I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna make it out of this. You're back against the wall, but then the Most High. Right. Straight niggas. That's a straight Jake, man. They ain't no white boy.
That's a white chocolate covered Jake.
That's like a what's his name? Paul Wall. Y'all remember him?
Yeah.
From H-Town?
Yeah.
That nigga look like Paul Wall. Yep.
Somebody said Paul Wall. He do. I think somebody said I think he said in one interview that somebody in his family is like
That man Judah.
black or something.
You can tell. You can tell he Judah.
I got one at my job, man. All you can talk about is rap, man. Like, god damn, I get tired of hearing this shit. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna look up that word standard. You know, make a point.
That's a Lord God saying.
It's Isaiah 59:19. If you look up the word for standard definition, oh, that's 18. My bad. Isaiah 59:19, the definition of standard in the blue letter Bible says to flee, to cause to disappear, or to hide. So shit, in the time of trouble, man, you could be in a situation like, damn, I'm caught. I know I'm caught. They gonna put me in prison, behead me, whatever they gonna do. And then the next thing you know, they just end up passing you up because the Lord make them not see you or give you spiritual power. Because it also says to escape, to take flight. It says to fly to the attack. So I mean, you're gonna get the power to chase them.
Yeah.
You know.
But that happened with Gad a lot when Geronimo, Custer was chasing Geronimo. They said he was like a ghost. He'll come in, he'll attack, and he'll disappear. You know, that's that what's that warfare called? Guerrilla warfare.
Yeah.
But he was like a real live ghost of these damn devils, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's our people though, man. We gonna come in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you look up guerrilla warfare, that's powerful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's like King David and his mighty men. Like every man perfected their craft. Like you might be bad with the sword, you might be bad with the spear, The next man, he might just be bad with the hand to hands. And,
Right.
you know, like the Samson, he picked up a jawbone of an ass.
Right.
You know, your parents said they used to pick up anything and beat your ass.
That's what they said. That's what they say. If somebody bigger than me and I can't beat you, I'm just gonna pick up something to knock the hell out of you. That's
So-
what my mom told me to do.
Yep. So imagine in that day, you see a brother pick up a fucking stop sign and start hacking up troops.
Troops with it, like spinning it around, like blah, one swipe, knock them all out in one hit.
Right.
Just doing some crazy shit, like, you know, like stuff they put in these movies, man. Brightburn, the comics, that's actually inspired off the scriptures in King David and his mighty men. You know,
Especially the kung fu movies, the Shaw brothers. Just talking about the ancient kung fu ones, they do swords and spears.
Yeah.
You know, that's all, you know, based off the scripture.
it's nothing for the Lord to do it, because no, remember, he's saying nothing impossible for the Lord, and said, what's that in Joshua? One man you shall chase 1,000. Let's see if I can find that real quick.
And you notice some of them Moabs be having beards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some of them be having beards and stuff, like real thick beards and shit. You know?
But this is the time we in right now. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:7. It says, "There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart, my mind, to be happy, and the 10th I will utter." And when you go into that word utter, it means total. So it's like a completion, right?
Yep.
And it says with my tongue. So he says totally speaking. So he's saying this is a fact. With my tongue, a man that have joy of his children, which is 2-part. We can't really do it here, but if you can, right? And it says, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy.
Right. So that's a man to have joy of his children. He that lived to see the fall of his enemy. That makes your heart glad. So we're glad at what's happening in Babylon right now. Call law, y'all, about Shem shot. I mean, it makes sense, because when you think about how we got here, everything we suffered, the things we went through, why wouldn't we be glad? You know, we've always been at the bottom. We've always been treated like shit. You know what I mean? The losers, the last to get hired, the first to be, you know, most expendable.
Underdog.
You know?
That was a guy.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I was gonna ask you.
Go back in Esdras 9. So read from the part where it says uproars. I'm gonna go back into the article.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world.
Right now, there's uproars of the people. All right, going back to this article from End Time Headlines, it says, as protests against Donald Trump administration intensify across the U.S., a troubling alliance has emerged between domestic anti-Trump discriminators and radical anti-Amalek groups advocating for global anti-fodder. So the whole world is rising up against Esau.
Sure.
They're rising up against the West, and they're rising up against the least of the flock, pretty much. People are pissed off at what he's doing. You know, these people are real fucking demons, bro. You know, they're the civilians, right? Because they have prisoners of war from Gaza. Do you know the civilians are protesting because they want to go in and grape the prisoners of war from Gaza? Demons. Esau's demonic, man. He need to be taken out of power. So you can imagine what the military's doing over there.
Oh, man.
And they're just practicing for what they want to do to Jake over here. You know?
Sounds like that the 2 angels in the Sodom and Gomorrah, story.
It says, scheduled for 10/18, which is today, and cities from New York to Seattle, which they're not out here. I don't know if they're in Buffalo. You know, I don't see them. I don't know if they're in Syracuse. They might be maybe Albany. They might just be in New York City. You know, New York is big, but at the same time, people don't have money to, you know, a lot of people don't have money to take the day off and fucking protest. A lot of people are working the day, overtime, trying to catch up, or they might be doing DoorDash or some shit. People are fucked up out here. People are struggling, you know? It says, framed as a stand against autocracy and fascism, had become a platform for activists pushing messages of Palestinian liberation, even in the wake of fragile Israel-Hamas ceasefire. So what's that? That's the third woke, because what's happening between, you know, Israel-Hamas, ultimately, you know, Arab nation, that's going to draw the West in, and that's the least of the flock being drawn them out, you know. Matter of fact, get Jeremiah 50 and I think it's 45. You keep reading this.
The book of Second Esdras, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, thou well understand that it's the most high spec of these things from days that were before thee,
Yeah, he
even
gave
from
it.
beginning.
Yeah, like Johnny Cash, he said, listen to the words long written down. You know, that song Johnny Cash. I forget the. Well, when the man comes around, that's what it's called. It's called when he says, listen to the words long written down, but that's in the Bible. But thousands of years ago, even when the men of the Lord wrote these things down, they didn't really understand the meaning. But now that we're back today, you know, the Lord allows us to get the teachings, we're understanding now. We're able to see it perfectly. What the mark of the beast is, who Esau is, who we are, you know, where Babylon the Great is, what the Lord's about to do to this kingdom, what the future has in store for us. We got some great things to look forward to, man. Hopefully we have the elect. It says, he that overcometh shall inherit all things. You know, so right now, you know, we might be struggling catching hell, but said the Most High, you know, that one penny, it don't matter your role in the ministry, because you're going to get all things if you be of the elect.
If you endure.
You know, that comes with rulership. He said, I will give you power over the nations, man. I've been meditating on that a lot.
Right.
Now imagine that, you just fucking shackling the elites up, putting them in slavery, taking their woman.
Yep.
You know, and that's gonna be like, I'm sorry, that's gonna be like small compared to what the elect are really, because other mansions, other planets, be able to create new things and travel and actually enjoy not be able to work anymore.
Right.
You know,
But that's what's gonna come with the power, because with power comes multiple other things. Like with King David, he prayed for wisdom. So if you got wisdom, that's what it takes to know anything, is how it works. Okay, you know, if I want to start a business, I gotta know how much the insurance gonna cost. I gotta know the different little laws, like the DOT. So that wisdom can get you other things. It can get you rich if you know how to do stocks, bonds, and all that. You can put money into. You know what I'm saying? So that power over the nations is gonna allow us to do a lot more. A lot more.
Laying back what you just said about how we're gonna be putting the chains on the elite's neck. I can see myself putting the chains on Bill Gates. So yeah, you want to give us mystery meat, huh?
right.
You gotta think about your ways when you eating on rocks.
Right. Right. Yep. Just shackling their ass
Yeah,
up,
so,
man. Calling on, praising how about Shimmy outside, watching this place be
You
destroyed.
want to make generic mosquitoes and shit with diseases. Okay.
That old school cartoon. It was one of them the Looney Tune cartoons. They was in prison and they made them eat steams. Fuck them in there eat steams. Ain't no food in the steam.
Yep.
That shit was fun.
Hey, we're gonna fuck Esau up. You know,
Yep.
got that, brother? Jeremiah?
This is Jeremiah 50 and 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, why Yahweh Shai that he have taken against Babylon.
That's talking about the West. Because when you watch the modern day news, the West is what? It's talking about this place, America. Which America means bitter, you know? Which the Bible is written in code, because you read Jeremiah and you say, well, that's talking about the Neo-Babylonian Nebuchadnezzar, but it's actually talking about now, you know?
And it says, and his purposes that he have purposed against the land of the Chaldeans, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out.
So that's this whole situation between the Holy Land, you know, 1948ers and the West, you know, I was speaking in code and like that. Because what's happening with while you have SNAP getting ready to be taken away from people in November, guess what? They're sending 40 billion to Argentina and they're sending billions to the 48ers. So that's the least of the flock. So what are they doing with that money? They beefing up their military and they're over there fucking the people of Gaza up. You know, they're over there destroying people, trying to force the kingdom, you know, the Abrahamic Accord. Because when you read Genesis 15 to 18, it says that the Lord gave Abraham from the Nile to the Euphrates. You know, Esau, he don't got all that right now. So that's what he's trying to do, you know.
It says, he surely shall make their habitation desolate with them.
So that's how we know this place gonna be destroyed, but also said the Holy Land gonna get hit too. The Most High gonna allow the Holy Land to get hit, but the Holy Land is gonna become the HQ. It's gonna be brought back to life. This place is gonna never be inhabited. All right. So you gotta understand with the third woe and the nukes, it's gonna cause the whole earth to shake. You mean that Isaiah 24:19? Oh, you got it. Go ahead.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon.
Yeah, humiliation. The Most High is bringing this place to humiliation. It's become the laughing stock among the nations. That's why it's become a byword. That's why it's referred to as a country with a third world country with a Gucci bag.
Right.
Meaning it looks, it got fancy shit, but it's a third world country. It's on Fetty. Look up the Fenton forward. That's where motherfuckers are just, on drugs and they just leaning.
I just seen on my way here, I was seeing a group of Edomites walking down St. Paul. I said, they through. They look messed up.
There's making a joke about the so-called legals. They say if you want to blend in, just do the Fenton fold. But that go to show you Most High is humiliating this place. It's been brought low.
Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughters of the Chaldeans.
Most High is taking away your authority, your rulership, your power.
For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate.
This ain't that once desired nation no more. People are leaving here, reverse migration. Once upon a time, people might have thought that you could come and actually make a living. Now that they're here, they see like, well, damn, I'm in more debt than I ever been. I'm more depressed than I ever been. Everybody's angry and pissed off. Shit is too expensive. I might as well go back to India or China or wherever I came from. And why the hell aren't they targeting the why is only black and brown people being targeted? But they got people coming in this country from all over the world. But you only worry about the black and brown people. That's the spiritual reason behind that, man.
Yeah, because you got Chinamen coming over here up through Mexico. Why they ain't seeing why they ain't going to these salon nail parlors and shit, trying to snatch up them.
Right.
Greens, yeah.
Right. Hold that. Get Jeremiah 50 and 33. My bad. Go ahead, man.
That goes to show you that's what I was saying earlier, like how our people, if you don't see it by now, that y'all the Hawashai's people, come on, man.
And the Most High is trying to get your attention. That's why he got his people out here. Weekly videos, live shows, Saturday people. The men of the Lord are out on the streets where you can see them, where you can come up, ask questions. Because the Most High is trying to get your attention.
We just had a few people, our people just walk past us and didn't ask, didn't inquire. You know what I'm saying? We just said that how the simple.
Jeremiah 50.
How they said that the simple passes on and they destroy.
Yep, they
You know what
gonna.
I'm saying?
So they're gonna pass on, and they gonna end up taking the mark. And then next thing you know, they're gonna catch the sore. Grievous sore, and then get nuked. But yeah, you got it. Go ahead, my bad.
Are you talking?
Go ahead.
Yeah. This is Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were pressed together. Right?
See, this is where you got to know your history, because after Solomon passed away, right, the kingdom got split between Jeroboam and Rehoboam, which is two of Solomon's sons. The kingdom was split, right? And you have what's called the northern kingdom and southern kingdom. So when we see the Spanish-speaking tribes, we say, oh, he's from the north, because they go back to the people of the northern kingdom, Samaria, right? This is why when you read the book of John, the lady at the well, right? This is how we know she's not an Israelite, because at that time, the northern kingdom had left that land. The Assyrians took them out. Hold that, go to Jeremiah 7:15. We're gonna prove it, man. That's why the apostles say you gotta, in order to understand the mystery, you gotta know a little history. Because if you don't know that there was two kingdoms, the kingdom split, you might be caught up in the lie about the Ish people. So you always hear about the Ish people, but what about the other 11 tribes? What happened to them? And then it ain't just one tribe over there. It's supposed to be 3. supposed to be
Right.
Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. You know?
That's true. You probably know that Jake worked at the hospital. He be singing that I don't care about history. I don't care about your. He be walking through the hall and shit. But yeah, but that's Jake. You know what I mean? Being in his the wool over his head
Yeah.
today. You know, he ain't trying to find out about history, geography. You know what I'm saying? Because what it says, if you don't know where you come from, you don't know where you're going.
It goes back to Ecclesiastes 7:7. That gift. You know what I'm saying? He's been getting the gifts here. He's comfortable here.
Right.
So he don't care because he looking at it like the white man ain't my friend. They giving me a job.
Right.
I got some good white homies and whatever.
Yeah.
So he eat. So he don't care about it. You know what I'm saying?
He an old bottle. He an old head anyway.
Yeah.
But that's actually a song I think for the Temptations. I had to first read them a little bit. Like yeah, that's an old school Temptation song. Some shit.
You know, a lot of our people, they're ashamed of their history because of slavery or, because of what Esau did to them, but not understanding how great and vast your history is, man. When you think about Solomon, how that's
But
crazy.
they don't know that history. They only know about what the white man gave us, which is what Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And even though that was of its time a great kingdom for the Hamites, that's not our history.
Right,
But Jake can't connect to it.
right.
So, some of them, they get into that Kemet shit and all that shit. But for the most, as a whole, a lot of Jakes ain't into that Egyptology.
I know. I met a Hamite some years back. He said people in Africa ain't into that Egypt. And then he said it. So he said, God destroy Egypt. And he said, Egypt's nothing. He said Egypt is just like going to see the pyramid, just like seeing the Statue of Liberty.
Tower.
Yeah, he said it's just like over there. He said that's nothing. That ain't nothing there.
Tourist attraction.
Attraction. Yeah. He said that's just like
Yeah, the Most High brought Egypt low, man. That's spiritual because this is what modern day Egypt. And this place, we say this place ain't gonna be remembered. You ain't gonna even think about it no more, man. You ain't gonna think about how you used to collect food stamps and how you have to fucking get up and work, deliver packages and shit. You know?
Enjoys that. Yeah, this is our jail stuff, jail cell, prison sentence.
Oh, it's the spirit. That old school music. That's that Jake.
That so-called white dude.
Oh, again. Oh, yeah.
He playing old school R&B.
Yeah, that's Jake.
Soul. This is the book of Jeremiah 7:15. Said 33, right?
15, 7:15.
7:15. And 15, and it says, and I will cast you out of my sight, as I have cast out all your brethren, even the whole seed of Ephraim.
So what's that saying right there? They're saying that who's the seed of Ephraim? That's the northern kingdom. So that's the scripture you could use to prove that the northern kingdom wasn't around during that time.
Right.
So when you go to chapter 50, why does it say Israel and Judah were pressed together? That's a future prophecy. It's happening now. Here in America is where so-called black and brown people are being oppressed together. By who? The damn devil, the white man. Esau. No? Got it, brother.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 3. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand.
Wait, were you finished in Isaiah? Isaiah 47? He was holding?
Book of Isaiah. Book of Isaiah, chapter 47. Verse 2. Take thee the millstone and grind mill, uncover thy locks and make bare thy legs, uncover thy high passage over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen.
Everybody's seeing that this man's the fucking devil. Everybody's seeing how he treats his own people. He sends billions of dollars to other countries, but look how you treat your own people. All right, especially your brother Jacob. So the whole world, and look at what's happening in the Middle East. So you're being uncovered. All right, that's why it says in Habakkuk, shameful spewing on thy glory. You know, you're being exposed.
Oh yeah, that's what one of the Eves said in the documentary. They was cussing out at that time, I think it was George W. Bush was president. She was like, you sending all that money over there to Iraq, because that was when the Iraq war, the weapons of mass destruction. She was like, we your people. She was like, send that money over here. We need help. You know what I'm saying? So shit crazy, man. Yeah. That's when Kanye was starting to tweak out. He was like, George Bush doesn't like black people.
Yeah.
Because of the Hurricane Katrina.
Yep.
Incident.
In verse 3, the nakedness shall be uncovered. Yea, thy shame shall be seen.
You're being seen. It's being found out that the American dream is dead. That's bullshit. It's actually a nightmare. You're struggling to stay afloat in this bitch. You know, you're lucky if you get a little extra. If you do, shit, most I might be allowing you to have that for a car repair or something. You know, but shit, we're blessed to have what we got, man. A roof over our head, a job, a car to get to and fro. Cause these people, they're fucked up out here.
And really, you're killing yourself just to stay afloat, to be honest. Like you said, fuck around, miss a couple of days of work, man. Your ass gonna be behind on top of already being behind.
You have to be on the street. You know, and then on top of that, guess what Trump is doing? He's making it a crime illegal to be homeless. It's a bad time to be homeless too. It's about to get cold. It's Halloween. And I saw a video how during Halloween, a lot of these people go missing because they're sacrificing. Satanic. This is a satanic ass world, man.
But it's beautiful though because everything is working together. Like for it to be a civil unrest. You know what I'm saying? The Most High is stirring the pot of adversity. You know what I'm saying? No.
I will take vengeance. I will not meet thee as a man.
And part of the main reason why the Lord's going to take vengeance is because of what you did to his people. You know? For putting us in slavery, parting our land, putting yourself up as God, all the deception. Because one of Esau's major tools is what? His lies, his deception. You know, but now that that's not working anymore, a lot of people are starting to see through it. He has to come down with his sword. He got to start killing. He got to start killing people because the lies ain't working no more, man. Most High only gave you bounds. He gave you bounds that you can't pass. Meaning you can only go so far with your wickedness. You can only go so far with establishing your new world order. You know, the Most High gonna let you get farther enough to test his elect and then destroy you. Sure. That's it. You know, this is our punishment. Your kingdom is our punishment. Once we get our punishment, there's no use for you no more. You go into captivity where you belong.
That's a snare. Put him in his own trap. Set the trap for him. You don't realize it. Verse 4. The book of Isaiah, chapter 47, verse 4. As for our Redeemer, the Lord of hosts is his name.
Right, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, the Lord of armies. Meaning what? The Lord is in control of these militaries. He controls the martial law. He's in control of ICE. He's in control of everything. You know?
The Holy One of Israel, sit thou silent, and thou get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the Lady of Kingdoms.
Yeah, that's it. You ain't going to be the top nation no more. You're being brought down. Babylon has fallen. You know? You got something? Get Rev 18. Babylon is over, man.
That's why he said the ladies of kingdoms, because why? They worship women here. Is that heaven, that what you call it? Queen of heaven spirit. You know what I'm saying? They got all that moles and all that run rampant here. You know what I'm saying?
That's why it's called what? The Queen of Babylon.
Queen of Babylon.
The mother of harlots. You know, because this is a whore's paradise, really. What's that? A metropolis equals out to a mother city.
Yep.
The main people that benefit off this society, it's for women. It's not for men. And these women are so fucking demonic. They use whatever power rights they get to oppress men. You know, calling the cops on you at the blink of a second. You know, but you a lot of these women, you've been to catch hell too, because Esau is stripping away all your benefits right now. You know, got
Yeah, I
that?
think they also, in order for you to get SNAP benefits, the order was put out. You got to show 80 hours of activity a month in order to qualify to get them. So it's a good and a bad thing. More good than bad, because you need to get off y'all lazy asses, man. Welfare queen.
But that's the Lord. It says the vengeance shall fail. Ultimately, the vengeance is failing. You know what I mean? So at some point, the Lord had to take that away from you because the prophecy says so. You know?
12:18.
Yep.
And 1, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory.
So imagine that angel, man. He had to be like glowing. You know what I mean? Like when Saiyan turn Super C start glowing.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like that's that. And it also says what? When Moses came down, he was glowing.
Yep.
You know, wisdom make a man face to shine.
Yep.
So imagine seeing an angel. That's gotta be some terrible sight.
Y'all seen the brother from Saints of Jersey, the Spanish brother was at his job. He seen the angel.
Oh what?
It was a Northern Kingdom. And when you looked at his face, you could see he ain't had no eyes. Like he didn't have no eyes. It's like his eyes was like weird looking. And I'm gonna put it in the chat.
Man, that's heavy. It says that too. You shall entertain.
Yep. He was like working. He was at his job. He was like cleaning. He was like taking a break. So he seen the Spanish brother on the roof. He was like, "What the hell he doing on the roof?" And it was like kind of some yards away. He said he looked right at him because he was picturing it. He said he looked right at. He's like he looked at me and smiled and then kept doing what he was doing. And after that, you seen the chariot fire.
Oh wow.
I'm gonna put it in the group chat.
That's heavy.
Yep. I was like, wow, when you see his eyes, man, like he didn't really have no eyes. Like his eye looked like how the angel that came to the West Coast.
The football game? Yeah.
But the
okay, the brother that came to
you can see you can see how his face didn't look. It didn't look like an average human face. It looked like something was like it's a shell. It didn't look. I can't explain it, but it's weird. Yeah.
Nah, that was heavy, man. The angel at the brother's camp, he was like, you know.
So the brother Mayad, that's his name, Spanish brother. Yeah. Mayad seen one at his job. It's Northern Kingdom. Like Northern Kingdom.
And it says, verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the great is fallen.
Really,
is fallen.
You know, and this was written thousands of years ago. So really, it's already fallen. We just, certain things just happen to play out. Like the movie, if you write a movie, you already got the script written.
Yeah,
you got the bad guy, the protagonist, the antagonist. You got the people, the extras.
You just gotta watch the movie all the way through.
Exactly.
To the end.
So this place is already fallen. A lot of these people, they can't see it. They don't want to see it. Like what Morpheus told Neo. He said a lot of people, they're not ready to be unplugged.
That's going to be to their own detriment, though, because they don't want to see. They're being naive. So then when it hits you, they're going to be like, oh, now they're going to want to run and get answers. But we're trying to tell you the whole time.
Right, but you want to cry to the Lord when you locked up now. You got no food. But we trying to tell you this man's the devil. He's trying to destroy you. He's putting you in a situation to where he don't think you're gonna survive, but he don't understand the power of the Lord.
Right.
Power that made the water come out the rock, that made manna from heaven.
Right.
So it don't matter if he try to make sure brothers can't work or can't do this. The Lord's still gonna sustain us.
Right.
And
that's like that. The land back on what you said with the Matrix. The Judas character, I forget his name, the one that betrayed them.
Yeah, I know. Yep.
But that's the point, because remember when he first got out of the Matrix, what he did, he was eating a steak and he said, ignorance is bliss.
Yep.
So they love being ignorant. They love being ignorant to the fact of reality, because it's too hard for them to, what he said, you can't handle the truth.
Yep.
They can't handle. That's why you see motherfuckers all doped up, drunk out their goddamn mind, because they trying to practice a form of escapism.
Trying to escape reality. But you ain't gonna escape reality.
That goes back to brothers that's in this truth, and they go back into the world. They just like what's the dude in Matrix? I forgot what they called him.
Yeah, I think his name was Cypher.
Cypher.
Something like that.
Yep. See, he couldn't.
Yeah.
He wanted to go back because he felt like, no, it's too much.
Yeah.
I like, I like, you know what I'm saying, going out to the club,
Yeah.
making money,
Yeah.
messing with the bras, getting
Yeah.
money. See, he missed that world. So he got young.
Yeah,
You want to plug yourself back in.
Yeah, he missed the God. He missed the dainty treats. Like our people in the desert.
Yep.
They wanted to go back to Egypt to what? For the flesh. They wanted to get the meat. They wanted to taste meat. They got tired of eating the manna. Which was like in the Matrix, remember? He said it contains everything the body needs.
Yeah.
He said the amino acids and who's that? Mouse. He's like, no way.
Yeah.
But that was the manna. The manna was there to keep us
Going.
sufficient to suffice.
And it was bread from heaven.
Yeah.
And you think about what Jake like, quail, manna, you know, well, chicken and biscuits. You know what I mean? The cornbread, Jake cook it up.
Yeah.
So that goes back what Howard Shaw said. Door hard is like a good soldier. Supposed to door hard. This is what this truth is about. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in times when you might not have food. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna have to go through it. You know what I'm saying? You might have to go a couple of days without eating.
That's why the Day of Atonement, we still keep it because we getting our bodies used to that. But sometimes the Lord just might have you just, you know what, just fast a few days. You know?
But that showed you that there's an elect out of the elect because everybody can't endure that soldierhood.
Yeah.
Even my son's coach was saying, you know, how, you know, we had a nice discussion, but he was talking about how Trump got them troops over there because he was in the army himself, you know, the coach. He said, we not trained for that shit, a problem resolution. He said, we trained to kill. He said, we was trained to kill. They trained us to kill, not to handle civil dispute. And that's true.
Exactly.
He's a soldier.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So what do you think? And then Troop said the enemy is within.
Right.
Well, who is he talking about? He's talking about our people. You know?
And it says, and is become the habitation of devils.
Yeah, when it says become the habitation of devils, meaning when the Most High destroyed or allows it to be hit with the chariots and the nukes, only certain creatures are going to be able to dwell here. Scripture says newly created creatures, right? So imagine what that nuclear radiation going to do, man. And we about it last week, Godzilla. You know, so you can imagine what type of creature, you know, imagine you get spiritual power, you fly over here with the sun, like, look, that's Babylon.
Right.
Remember we used to be over there?
Yeah.
Look, that's fucking Godzilla.
See a big ass scorpion running across the sand.
You know? There's some crazy shit like, oh shit, like the Lord made this place an example. Like we ain't gonna none gonna ever dwell here. No man, at least.
What's that shit in Doom? Them big ass worms.
Sandworms.
Came out and eat shit.
Yeah.
Them shit's gonna be in the sand.
Yep.
So as soon as Esau be trying to walk all quiet and eat it, I'm gonna set my Edomites over here.
Right, yep.
I'm like, y'all like America so much.
Right,
You know
yep.
So you
want to get out of slavery?
It's gonna be the planet of the apes more. I'm gonna have the monkeys over here, all like in the movie, chasing their ass down.
Yep.
That shit gonna be fun.
We all have fun because you know in Rome, the Caesar he would fucking sit up there and have gladiatorial games and sip his wine. He have his woman,
lions and shit.
You know what I'm saying? So what you think we gonna do?
Right.
I mean, he might have our own Mortal Kombat, sit up there like Shao Kahn.
Oh, that's gonna.
Who could do the best fatality?
Right.
We're gonna be talking. We know we're gonna have that spiritual power, like Adam talking to the beast and like talking to the lion.
Yeah.
I want you to do that. Thing you about to get ready to attack, jumping large.
Yep.
I got something for you. I got you a treat.
Scared the shit out.
Yeah, like I want you to do that thing.
Have a pack of dogs, fuck him up.
You're gonna be like, yes, I got you, master.
The animals are ready. There's been a lot of attacks on Esau. Like just, I just seen one video. It's the fucking, I don't know where he was at, but a lion just bust through his shit. This nigga just crawled up on the couch like that. You know?
Right.
But that's the Most High. Most High gonna put the spirit on these animals to start attacking people, man. But it says what? The beasts of the field shall be at league with you. So the Lord gonna have, you know, don't be surprised you see a brother with a damn leopard or something.
Right. Or well.
The animals at that zoo gonna be free. They coming out when all hell breaks inside and collapse.
or a pack of wolves.
Whoa.
In the ancient world, we used to have wolves as pets. Show you that on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, dire wolves.
Yep.
That's what they were.
Big ass wolves. And it says,
Shit, where David used to fight bears and lions. So that's in our history. Some tough. So my bad. We always talk about the Russians and how tough they are, because you know they're known for wrestling with bears and shit. But that really comes from our history. You know, Samson slew a lion, then he ate the honey.
but they wrestling them circus bears though.
Right.
Wrestling real bears.
Back in the day, they had them real
Real
bears,
bears,
big ass bear, man.
Who was that? Who was that brother that jumped in the pit with the lion and slew him with his own
Benaniah.
hand?
Been the night.
Yep.
Benaniah. You know what I'm saying? Just for recreation.
Yep. They
So
say
y'all want to see something?
he the spirit was still on. He slayed
Right.
he slayed so much people. He's
Right.
adrenaline pumping.
Yeah.
I feel like just jumping in that truck.
Yeah. Like I know I could kill this motherfucker, man. I don't kill 10,000 men.
Yep.
Was the one brother that had to peel the sword out his hand?
Yeah.
That was, I forgot his name. I know what you're talking about.
That shit crazy.
He
man.
had his hands fell hilt to the, came a part of the hilt of
Yeah,
the
he
sword.
became one with the sword.
And then they took like 3 minutes just to unplot, to
Yeah.
loosen the grip.
Yeah.
That's
Like,
crazy.
man, he must have had a serious grip.
He had to
Death
be-
grip on that.
You know how Iverson is with the basketball.
Yeah.
He had to be bad with that sword, man.
Yeah.
Chopping shit up.
Calm the shit out that motherfucker.
Limbs everywhere.
Right.
If Jake could do that with a ball, imagine what Jake could do with a goddamn weapon.
Sword, yeah.
So you know how David was with that sling.
Right.
You know?
You doing some free killing.
Scream killing.
Yeah.
That was like the ancient world gun. Took
Right.
that sling,
Right.
Bop.
Yeah.
shot his ass.
Yeah, that was actually a projectile. Which a bullet is a projectile. Something
So-
that you can hit somebody from far away.
So when I realized that too, I said, I see why short little dudes be when they get ready to fight a big dude, they just shoot him like. I said, shit, my king did it, David. I said, well, it's good for me too.
Well,
Like,
shit.
I'm gonna fight this dude.
Hell no. About to whoop my ass.
Right.
Clap.
Yeah. A lot of that just started off with just fear.
Yeah.
That shit can be paralyzed. Body could have won if you really, you know what I'm saying? But you know that fear, you know. And it says, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Let's talk about the
crazy.
different creatures, man. That
Yeah,
the Lord's gonna have.
pterodactyls
Big
and
ass
shit.
crows, you know, like from Wizard of Oz.
I want you spotted. You see those, you know, like where the
Right.
fuck these pterodactyls came from?
Yeah,
Hey,
man. That,
knocking
man.
down on Esau airplanes and jets and shit, like
Nice, man.
Rodan and shit. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Man, it's gonna be crazy out here, man.
Mhm.
This place is a haunted house, bro.
Right.
Fuck. And
Right.
Halloween coming up next week. God damn. Time is flying, man. Keep going in there.
Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication.
Meaning what? They all committed, you know, they all, like the like I said, the merchants of the world have waxed rich. I think it's going to say it, actually. I'm kind of jumping the gun.
They went to bed with this whore, this bitch up here.
And they begin to do deals, you know,
Made a contract with death.
made a contract, and then they begin to wax rich. Like China's one of the top merchants. You know, but there's even, I think it was Saudi Arabia they just sent money to. That's them waxing rich through the abundance of our delicacies.
Yo, you know that's going. You notice that too. A lot of a lot of Trump is, you know, he's firing a lot of so-called black cats from out of government positions.
Yeah.
No scripture said that you'll definitely should be disowned. You know what I'm saying? They be, you know, getting them up out of there.
Where he's trying to stop the Rome effect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because remember when Jake started to rise up in power, Rome fell. So he's trying to stop that from happening. But Esau don't want Jake from high places.
So you coming with death should be disowned.
Yeah, he doing things to get Jacob out of there.
Yeah.
Because he know, just like he said, he know the history of when
Yeah.
Jacob began them power seats
Yeah.
in Rome, they took over.
And not only that, Jake ain't gonna be so heartless to kill, you know what I'm saying, the people, the people of America. But Esau ain't gonna give a fuck because who they targeting? Us. So he trying to align himself with his fellow Edomite.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, he gonna have to call in the UN troops too, because they're not
Right.
gonna want to fucking take out Americans. You know, a
Eventually,
lot of them
yeah.
are because they just devils.
Yeah.
But some of them they gonna have some resistance. So they
Right.
trying to have less resistance as possible.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah. And it reads, of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
Yeah, they went to bed with the whore, and now they gotta, you know, the way they say you lie down with the dog, you get fleas.
Please.
Right.
You know,
Right.
now they got get. You have something? Get Jeremiah 50. 'Cause I think it says they said they had drunk the wine, but now they're mad.
Mm.
You know, so now they're mad. You know, you can say he's gone mad, which means like you bugged out, you went crazy. But you could say that too, because that's what you know. The other nations they follow suit after America, but China's like one big testing ground. Because the shit that's happened over there, the social credit score, you fall below a certain limit, they just X you out the system, and now you just don't exist no more. And now you got mad homeless people just everywhere.
Yeah.
And they can't. It's not that they don't have money; they just got erased from the system because
Yeah.
their social credit score fell so low
Yeah.
that they, you know. But that's the same thing Esau going to do, people.
Yeah.
When you take
Yeah.
the C hip.
Yep.
So you think you escape them by taking the C hip, but then you do something that they don't like, and they just shut the shit off anyway. You know?
Yeah, because he don't want people to be useless eaters. He wants you to produce to keep him, you know, in power. That's why you have all these taxes. Who you think that tax money go to? It pays the politicians' checks. You know what I'm saying? They don't work a regular job like us. Their job is to pass laws, and those laws, what? It inflicts, you know, a penalty, a fine on the American people, and that money goes right to what? We live in New York State, so it goes to Albany. It goes to you know, the politicians sitting in power, your local government too.
Yeah, they're taxing the hell out of us, what goes back to ancient Rome, and that's why Jacob was rising up.
Yeah.
Like it says, the Acts 5 through this, they the time of the taxing, you know, got that. Start from 50 and 1. 51 and 1, my bad.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 1.
51.
I mean, the book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will rise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them, that rise up against me as a destroying wind.
And that's talking about what? The nuclear destruction. You know, because when the nukes hit, it's going to form, it's going to have a chemical reaction, what we call, or what we know as a mushroom cloud. Yeah, but the Bible says that the heavens shall be departed as a scroll. But, you know, that's how they described it back then, you know. But that's talking about that chemical reaction when the nukes hit, the mushroom cloud. You know, if you want a good visual of that, you can watch Fallout on Amazon Prime. Just the first episode. That's a bad show.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fallout.
But it says that destroying wind, that's going to be that
Busum,
the shock wave.
Yeah.
that call it Busum.
Yeah, like a broom. Like a sweep.
Sweep. Yep.
Don't sweep the shit right off the map. Literally. You ain't gonna know where you at. You ain't gonna have no, oh, this is welcome to Pennsylvania.
Right.
You know?
That's the line of confusion.
Avenue. Monopoly board. White off.
And will I send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall
And
empty
this
her
protest
land.
is just fanning the fire of what? Civil war. The Lord wants this shit to happen, man. Can you give me a whole Rev 18? But let's get Luke 12. I think it's 49. Because the Lord said, I wish it was already burning. You know how you got somebody like, man, that's just ready to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
People, when you think about the Lord, you don't think about like that. But it says that their vengeance is in his heart. So he's just ready to like get it popping. He's ready for the set this. He's ready to take his kingdom. He's ready for it to rule.
Like this been going on too long.
You
I'm
know?
ready to set up my shop now.
It's only been 2 days to us. It's been hella long. It's been a long time. The Lord's like, man, that was 2 days ago. You know, motherfucking spirits on my side. My own people talking shit about me. No, found it. I'll keep going until you get that.
I got it.
Oh, go ahead.
This is Luke 12 and 49, and it reads, I am come to send fire on the earth.
Right, the Lord said, I'm come to send fire on earth. So that don't sound like a God that love everybody. Because Because he's sending fire. That's going to bring war, destruction.
Right.
You know?
That ain't roses and Hershey kisses, motherfucker.
That's terrible.
Right. And it says, and what will I, if it be already kindled?
When you look it up in a different translation, I believe the New Living Translation, it says, how I wish it was already burning. So that's what that means. The Lord said, I want this bitch to be destroyed yesterday. So the Lord is hastening to come today too. You know, so when we say hopefully, you know, the hopeful year of deliverance, we hoping to get out of here real soon, and the Lord's hoping to come back real soon. It's just that we don't know the day or the hour. We're not going to tell you that the October 29th, the rapture.
Right. September 23rd.
Right. You know, you don't just float into the kingdom anyway. That's things that you have to go through.
It says through much tribulation.
Exactly. Meaning you have to be tested.
Trial, right? By the skin of your teeth.
Literally.
By the hairs of my chinny chin chin.
I'll keep going in that. Read down to 52.
And it says 50, but I have a baptism to be baptized.
That's the Lord knew he had to die. But he also knew that his father's going to raise him up. But that's where our faith comes from too, because we know we could die doing this. The brother pulled out a fucking gun on him. You know, the Lord was with him. The Lord allowed him to get busy. But this is like risking your lives. You know, so the Lord knew. He said, don't be surprised they put you in prison. They you know, you face persecution. He said, the world hates you. Just know it hated me first.
Yeah, this is a part of our presenting ourselves as a living sacrifice. You sacrificing not just your time, but you sacrificing your life potentially.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could be a sacrifice.
Because a lot of people, what they would do on the weekends is that they work all, bust their ass, but then they get ready to party Saturday night, or they might be working today, make some more money, try to get ahead. But you're not gonna get ahead in this place.
Yeah, they ready to PB&J, I call it, party, bullshit, and joke.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It reads, and how am I straightening it till it become accomplished? 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth.
Right. You think I came to bring peace? That what you think? Think again.
Right.
So I want to know what Christians book they read in there.
They got the slave Bible, and then
man.
you know, and then they got the 501c3. So those scriptures they read, but they skip over. Oh, that was Old Testament.
Yeah.
Did you read the New Testament?
Exactly.
Because the New Testament is about straight war. Revelation say he's gonna come back with a white horse. You know, does the blood come up to a horse's bridle?
Right. And it says, I tell you nay, but rather division.
And that's what we have America right now. It's completely divided. You know? Back in Jeremiah 51.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 51, verse 2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners that shall fan her and shall empty her land.
It's literally going to be invaded with foreign troops, but also, you know, different. It's like there's going to be a never-ending chain of events until this place gets destroyed. I mean, it's never going to be a dull moment. Right. That's why today they have the massive nationwide protest. You know, because the Lord ain't going to allow you to rest. Right. You know.
For in the day of trouble, they shall be against her round about.
The days that they're going to be against her is the foreign nations, such as Russia with their nuclear weapons, China, North Korea, all these nations that possess nukes. The Lord going to put the spirit on them to come against this place. You know, that's why it says in Ezekiel, they shall think an evil thought. You know. Go ahead.
Verse 3, against him that bendeth, let the archers bend his bow. And
right.
Against him.
So when you go to the time of World War II, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, he made fire come down from heaven. Like he dropped those bombs, right? In the other nations, they were in awe and fear. They wouldn't dare lift up a tongue against this place. Now times has changed. Now you can go to the news and you'll see, you know, I think recently it was China that's saying like, we don't want the smoke.
That's like basically saying, no, it's a different game when the rabbit got the gun.
Exactly. Ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. And now the rabbit's got the gun. The hunter's gonna become the hunted, because for the longest Esau have been hunting every damn body. You know, why it says in Isaiah, he opened not the house of his prisoners. He smote the people in a continual stroke,
Right.
especially Israel, but everybody. He's
Right.
been going around taking everybody's shit.
Rule the nations in wrath.
Yeah.
Right, right. And you know what? It's gonna hurt like hell when Esau get jacked up, because you know he already a big baby. He's gonna be a sore loser. That shit gonna be funny as hell.
Ain't nobody gonna help you. And also the other nation, they're gonna be happy. They're gonna be happy that they don't gotta look at you anymore. They're gonna be happy that you ain't in slavery. You know?
And against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And against him that lifteth himself up in his brigandine. And spare ye not her young men, and destroy ye utterly all her hosts.
Meaning what? Everybody's over here, they're gonna be destroyed. You know, a lot of these people, they're gonna say, you know what, we should go back to our country. They're gonna leave. But that's the most I putting the spirit on them to do that.
And brigandine going into their military now. Because he probably, like Trump always saying, we got the best military in the world.
Yeah,
We got all the technology. You know what I'm
They
saying?
just set up with the Golden Dome to try to stop the nukes.
Uh-huh.
They ain't gonna work, man.
Work.
You know?
Verse 4, thus the slain shall fall in the land of Chaldea, and they that are thrust through in her streets.
Yep, keep going.
For Israel hath not been forsaken, nor Judah of Yahweh.
So see how I keep mentioning Israel and Judah? That's those two kingdoms. But those two kingdoms are being brought back as one stick. And that's why we got the 12 tribe sign. That's Ezekiel 37. You know, he said, take them stick of Ephraim and put them one stick, and thus you got all the tribes coming together. You got whole camps, brothers, that are speaking Spanish to you.
Mm-hmm.
So no excuse, you know?
Of the Lord of hosts, though their land was filled with sin against the Holy One of Israel.
So even though we sinned against the Lord said, you know, I'm still going to have mercy on them. I'm still going to bring them back, man. You know?
Verse 6, flee out of the midst of Babylon, deliver every man his soul.
Yeah, that doesn't mean like, you know, actually leave
America.
But your state of mind shouldn't be what the average American is thinking about. Because what do they think about? Their next costume, you know, who they're gonna be for Halloween, the next movie that's coming out, how much, you know,
Right.
shit that don't matter.
Right.
Not on prophecy.
Be not cut off in her iniquities.
Her iniquity is when the Lord nuked this place. And that links up with Rev 18. It says, come out of her, my people. So at this time, as the nukes are falling, the elect are going to be being taken up, you know?
Simultaneously. Yeah.
For this is the time of the Lord's vengeance.
Yeah, the Lord's going to take vengeance on this place by destroying it.
He will render unto her recompense. Verse 7, Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken.
Yeah, that cup, you know, the wine that's in that cup is his FRA notes, his fiat currency, his religion.
Poison.
It's poison. And the other nations have, you know, it's to the point where now you got Burger King in other countries. Now, mind you, the food quality over there might be better, but that's still an American thing.
Right.
So
It's
they're following after the image of Babylon,
Mhm.
you know?
The nations have drunken of her wine. Thereof the nations are mad.
Yeah, now other countries have feminism. They're legalizing same-sex marriage, you know? But now they're realizing that, damn, we got deceived.
Right.
You know, they're saying, I think it was Russian, they say, you're not going to do us like you did the Native Americans. So that says a lot to other nations. They know how we have been subjugated by Esau, man.
They fucked up their way of life. They society, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we got a lot of like especially over here in Arab countries, you got the women over here, you trying to talk back to their men, dressing, acting like women, you know, women over the Western women.
And then when they come over here, because you see the shit at work. You could tell she's from over there, but then she's over here, she don't got those same, you know, strict measures.
Yeah.
So now she should become loose.
On top, she Islam, but at the bottom, she Babylon the Great.
Yeah, she got pants on.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You know?
We got our butt showing.
Yep.
Right. Tight ass jeans and shit.
I'm starting to see the East Indian women acting like the nigga one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, it's coming out that a lot
Yeah.
of these women they desire Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
want the
yeah,
Israelite man,
yeah,
all the women of the earth.
yeah.
No,
'cause
but that's the Lord doing that because the Lord,
yeah,
He said, 7 women shall take hold of
oh,
one man.
man, yeah. 'Cause
That's
they,
what-
they even be in your face too now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be like, "Man, ain't you Muslim?" You know what I'm saying? But they, they be like trying to get Jake a little action and shit. It be like crazy.
To let you know their empire is coming to an end. They rule. You know what I'm saying? That's the end. That's what they say about the
Yeah.
end of the Gentiles. Time should be fulfilled. That Gentiles losing they grasp for the world.
That's a sign
Yeah.
of our power coming back. You know,
Oh, and that Prince over there. I don't know if he's from Dubai, but he just had I think 50 black comedians come over there.
Mhm.
They got like a big amount of money, a bag.
word.
It was it was trending on social media. Yeah, you know what I mean. But a lot of the Americans was up, and that's just Esau because they don't want Jake to leave here.
right? Because they know when Jake leave here, they'll see
Exactly.
that life. Oh shit,
It's
life
better.
is better.
It could be better
And
than America.
I see it on TikTok,
Yeah.
scrolling. People just Jake, man, I moved to Thailand. I'm never coming back.
Right.
He got like 3 women over there.
Right,
His
right.
apartment like
Cost
$500
of
a
living
month.
is a lot better. Yeah.
Food quality
Way
better.
better.
You know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
In verse 7, Babylon has been a golden cup in our Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine.
Yeah, Esau, he uses blessing the sword. He went around slaying every fucking thing, just like the Lord told him to do. And what was he doing? Taking everybody's natural resources. This is why right now Africa, which they're starting to rise up now, but for the longest, they've been totally ran through, stripping all the resources out of Africa, man.
Yeah.
You know, lithium, oil, you name it, chocolate.
Yeah.
You know,
And they leaders over there is in bed with these motherfuckers. They reaping the benefits while the average citizen is still poor over there.
You know what it is? 'Cause those leaders are set up by Esau.
Yeah.
Just like our leaders.
Yeah, they puppets.
Puppets.
Yeah.
Because the real leaders they had, they killed them off.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Gaddafi.
Yep.
They killed Gaddafi.
you have something called economic hitman, where Esau sending his jackals, destroy your economy, put in the puppet leader.
Yep.
You know, and before you know it, all the resources is going to the elites.
Therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen, destroyed. How for her take balm for her pain? If so, she may be healed.
And that's how it's going to happen. It's going to happen suddenly, when you least expect it.
It's going into make America great again.
Yep. That's
Can't
what the
help.
Lord said. The Lord's going to come as a thief in the night, suddenly. My bad. You go back to that point you were saying.
That's goes them back to make America great again. Like, can we heal Babylon, bring it back up to how she used to be, that strong, powerful nation again? Trump's supposed to be that bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. The big, beautiful bill.
Building.
Right.
Yeah.
With Project 2025, Project 2030.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. But that's all about, when you say MAGA, right? And then you got niggas for Trump. That's about putting niggas back in slavery.
Mhm.
You got Latinos for Trump. That's about putting
Yeah.
Latinos back in slavery. That's what you don't get.
Yeah.
They don't want it to be. It's not meant to be great for you. It's meant to be great for Esau.
But you know who it is gonna be good for though? Out of those Latinos and niggas for Trump, the coon motherfuckers. They looking to get back into their coon shit. So they okay with the way it is because they winning.
They're gonna get turned on too. So
You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna realize they don't, was on the wrong team.
Yeah.
They gonna realize they gonna
They
like,
was
oh
in
shit,
bed
I
with
fucked
Satan.
up. Exactly.
Right,
In bed with
right,
Satan. Now
right.
your ass got fleas.
Yeah.
I was watching something last week. There was I guess some podcast, and there's a dude was questioning this black dude that was going for Trump. He was a politician or whatever. Man, he realized he made a big mistake. You know what I'm saying? But if I find that, I'm gonna put it in the chat. He found out he made a big mistake voting for Trump.
A lot of them did.
He was a coon dude.
A lot of them did. Even Esau himself has made a mission to he made a mistake by putting this devil in office.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm
And then you
saying?
know what? That's Egyptian against Egyptian.
Egyptian against Egyptian all day.
Let's switch gears. Let's get Isaiah 19 because we keep bringing it up. Then we'll probably get a couple more. Tom, it's already 4:00. It's crazy. Time be flying, bro.
Speeding up.
It was
Your legs
just
say,
it was just 2 o'clock. Shit.
yeah.
Isaiah 19.
Yep.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 19, verse 1. The burden of Egypt, behold, the Lord rideth upon the swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt.
That's the second coming. All right. That's speaking about Yahushua coming back on UFO. A heavenly chariot, man.
Right.
That only the angels can get in. So when you watch Dragon Ball Z, right? Goku was able to ride the cloud, but nobody else could ride it. But Goku could ride it because his heart was pure.
Specifically, yeah.
So that's like when you see only Israelites being beamed up, people gonna feel some type of way. And that's called the strangeness of his salvation.
That's how we feel here. That's how we feel here. You go anywhere where it's predominantly Esau, you feel uncomfortable, like you ain't welcome.
You feel
like,
out of place.
Damn, all the eyes on you.
They'll look
shit.
at you too, like nigga, what you doing around here?
Exactly. Shit be crazy, man.
Yeah, I wonder what Wegmans. This is the one in West Ridge.
Yeah.
Nothing but Esau up in it. I'm like, damn.
Right.
You know, but then you kind of like, shit. Well, fuck it.
I'm here now. Let me grab my little
I only seen
item.
one Jake and they were walking out. I'm like, I ain't never seen this much Esau, but that's MAGA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were all happy and shit. You know how Esau is.
Yeah.
Esau really don't want you around, which is good.
Yeah, he in the right spirit.
We don't want you around us either.
Exactly. But y'all made it to where we got to be around y'all. The Lord did ultimately, though, because, we tried the whole Black Wall Street, and y'all ain't want us to have it. That was that perpetual hatred.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But this motherfucker, he's so emotion driven. It's like he's setting himself up to be uncomfortable.
Yep.
It's like we damned if we do, we damned if we don't. You know what I'm saying?
But Lord don't confuse his eyes.
Yeah.
Where you coming or going. Do you want us around? Do you then
don't. You know what I'm saying?
And when we try to leave, he got that spirit of Pharaoh. You don't want to let us go.
Yeah.
We the source of y'all power. Like,
yeah.
That's why y'all came down because of us.
It's like you hate us, but at the same time you need us because you need slaves. Because every society needs slaves.
Right.
Which is why so it's only right that we have slaves.
Yeah.
And then it's only right that we have U.S. slaves because you put us in slavery. Motherfucker, you gotta reap what you sow.
Exactly.
You ain't about to sow tomatoes and get strawberries.
No.
You know?
No. He that leadeth.
Isaiah 19.
Yep.
And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Yep. Let me read that in a Good News translation. Check this out. This is Isaiah 19:2, Good News translation. The Lord says, I will stir up civil war in Egypt and turn brother against brother and neighbor against neighbor. Rival cities will fight each other and rival kings will struggle for power. Is that not happening? That's happening right now.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and it's only going to get worse.
Right.
You know,
before it get better. That's the true saying. But when it's going to get better is what? When we in rulership. So it's going to have to get worse. Which is going to be what the destruction of this place.
It's going to be a domino effect because right now we're in the beginning stages of Jacob's trouble.
Right.
That's going to get worse until it's our temptation. That's going to get worse until World War III.
Right.
Then the bit's going to get nuked. You know? It's just going to keep snowballing, man.
Right.
Verse 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof.
Meaning what? They're going to lose all hope, faith, courage, you know?
Pride.
Because if you lose your spirit, it's like, you don't got the will to fight no more.
Right.
You know?
And I will destroy the counsel thereof.
Everything they try to do ain't going to work.
And they shall seek to idols, and to their charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits.
Which they're doing that right now. And right now it's a high sacrifice season. So don't be surprised more people go missing.
They're gonna go to their what's that project Looking Glass AI technology. That's they charmers, they idols. They gonna seek to those We're trying to find
Which is ball.
a solution of what's going on.
Crystal ball.
Yeah.
CERN,
CERN,
all of
yep,
that, man.
yep.
You know, and the Lord ain't gonna answer you. But most of them might have a demon terrorize your ass. Demon might manifest, scare the shit out of you.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, you might see some shit that look crazy.
Yep. Coming out that portal.
I don't even know how to describe it. You know?
What was that one when he poked his head into the CERN and that particle hit him and it said tickle?
Right. Right. Like,
Lord made a joke out of you.
Remember that movie from back in the 80s called Howard the Duck? It's a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
That was CERN in when that alien came from
Yeah.
That was CERN in.
Yeah.
I think there's one called Stargate. I don't know.
Stargate,
something like that.
Yeah, they had that big portal. Go through it, walk through it. Yeah. Yeah.
Verse 4, and the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord.
That's why right now they're protesting, because you're in the hand of a cruel Lord. All right. So to the point to now, the cruel Lord is taking your goddamn benefits. This is from CNN.com. Millions of Americans are at risk of losing food stamps next month mid shutdown. Oh, we can't forget we're still in a goddamn shutdown.
Right.
So a lot of TSA workers are not being paid. So guess what? There's fights at the airports and shit. Everybody's on edge.
That shit was crazy.
It looked like all Jake versus all Esau.
Yep.
Know what I'm saying? Like Edomite hit a Jake, then Jake jumped in.
Right.
Then another Edomite jumped in.
Right.
You know?
That's also what my son coach said. He said he's seen military personnel at food banks.
Yeah.
Because they're not getting paid.
Yep.
During this government shutdown. He was living. He was like, what the fuck, y'all? Like this.
That's what's gonna cause that civil war, because
our president.
That's what it's gonna cause them to stop doing what they're doing. That's when the UN troops gonna come in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That it's not for us.
Yep.
What are we doing?
Yep.
You know? This president's a tyrant. You know what I mean?
Get Isaiah. I know we have Rep 18, but let's get Isaiah 32. Start at 9. You know, because they read this again. It says, hold that. It says, actually finish that. Let's finish that real quick. I think that's the last verse.
And the Egyptian will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and the fierce king shall rule over them.
That's Nero.
Save the Lord, the Lord of hosts, and the waters shall fail from the sea, and the rivers shall be wasted and dried up, and they shall turn the rivers far away, and the brooks of defense shall be empty, and the dried up the reeds, the flags shall wither, the paper reed by the brooks, by the mouth of the brooks, everything sown by the brooks shall wither, be driven away, and be no more. Verse 8, fishers also shall mourn, and all they that cast angles into the brooks shall lament.
So that's the Lord, taking all the jobs, economy collapsing, you know, just totally plaguing this place, man.
Yep.
They would say, I shall smite Egypt with plagues as before, you know? And that's happening. That's happening right now. A lot of people are out of work and they're getting ready to lose everything. They don't know how they're going to do this. You have fine-ass women that are homeless, living out their cars. That's it. Nobody wants to date anymore. Nobody wants you damn American woman.
Yep.
You know?
The brooks shall lament, and the waters shall languish. Moreover,
literally, even this what Trump is doing is affecting these farmers too.
Mm-hmm.
It's really because what they all at the end of the day they want to take these farms from these people and give it to Kill Bill so they can control your food.
Yeah.
You know?
GMO it out.
Moreover, they that work in fine flax, and they that weave network shall be confounded, and they shall be broken in the purposes thereof.
And you can't, you might have a YouTube channel or whatever, but what about when there's an EMP and the blackout? When Lord hit ancient Egypt, there was a 3 days of darkness.
Yeah.
So you put that in modern time, that's like an EMP, power going out. You know, so you might work online, be remote, but if there's an internet outage, how are you going to work?
Right.
You see?
Thereof, all that make solutions and ponds for fish. Surely the prince of Zoan and the fools, the counsels of the wise counselor of Pharaoh is become brutish. How say ye unto Pharaoh, I am the son of the wise and the son of ancient kings? Verse 12, where are they? Where are they wise men? And let them tell thee. Now let them know
And
what
that's
the
the
Lord.
Most High being facetious. You know what I'm saying? Because it says where the wise men of Teesman has failed. You know?
Uh-huh. Rubbing it in their faces. I was like, what happened to all your little technology, your little science, all that shit? What's going on with it? Why it's not working? That just like goes back to when Elias was making fun of those false prophets. Like, where y'all got at? He's on vacation.
Right. He's sleeping, he's fishing,
He
he's on a
doing
long
like,
journey.
Yup. What he doing? Yup. Verse 12. Where are they? Where are they wise men? And let them tell thee. Now let them know what the Lord of hosts have proposed upon Egypt. The prince of Zoan are become fools, and the princes of Noph are deceived. They have also subdued Egypt, even they that are stayed on the tribes thereof. The Lord have a mingle a perverse spirit in the midst.
Yep, you got it, bro. So break it down.
Break it down. That means he put a gross spirit on the people, man. He got them confused. You know, they out here bugging out, doing all types of weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? That perverse spirit, man. That's a ill spirit on it, an unclean spirit. They out here, doing all types of weird stuff,
Yeah.
holes everywhere.
If you're still voting after this, you got a perverse spirit. You talking about the midterm elections and shit. You got a perverse spirit on you.
Yep.
You know, then this place is filled with gender benders. You don't know what you're looking at. Fuck.
Right.
That's why the Lord said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free."
Right.
We're free from being. We're free. You people are not free.
Right.
You might look at us and say, "Well, you're wasting your life. You should be getting money. You should be doing this." We're free.
Right.
We're not free.
That goes back to Wisdom of Solomon 5. He said that they counted our life as madness.
Right.
What we was doing. You know what I'm saying? So they don't, like I said, that perverse spirit. They keep thinking this place don't continue. They want to build a kingdom on top of a kingdom. Can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
How do you come back from this?
Yeah.
I mean, really, you're looking at the situation. It's fucked up. It's so many people that are homeless, man. That number just keeps going up. A lot of people are on drugs. If you look at it, if you was from a carnal point, you would think, well, damn, I might move to China because it looked like they're gonna be the next superpower, or anywhere to get the fuck out of here.
You know, this place is through. What was it? Wednesday or Thursday? I took my car to the shop. You know what I'm saying? And I was walking down Avenue D, and you know what I'm saying? Man, you see Edomites and crackheads. They on the middle of the corner, broad daylight.
Fucking
with crack in their hands. She was sorting out crack.
Yeah,
they all waiting around. I say, yeah, this place.
It's over, bro.
They
It's over.
Right there on the corner.
Yeah.
And she like this. I see I look back to the crack right there. She like.
It ain't never been like this when I was coming. You got cats on the block with lawn chairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
We couldn't do that back in the day. The police gonna be like, yo, you gotta move. Get it, get up the street.
Now they don't give a fuck.
They in lawn chairs, B. Yeah. I said, this crazy. So they with the shits. Esau know that this place is fucking destined.
Done.
It's over, man. It's over.
Right.
I mean, like, yeah, this place is through, man. I see. Damn. I'll never see the day when you see motherfuckers smoking in broad daylight right on the middle streets. You got a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Sup. You know what I'm saying? Beat up Scotty on the broad daylight.
It seemed like the cops ain't doing shit.
Right.
they I swear, bro, they just be circling. They don't give a fuck.
I don't even see cops like that.
Right.
No more. Not no heavy concentration of them.
Right.
The only ones that come to terrorize is them state troopers. When the summer hit, they come in, fucking checking everything. Motherfucker pulled me over talking about I ain't signal within 100 feet. I said, well, I didn't know I was gonna get ready to turn till I made it my decision to turn down here. I said I wasn't really going no fucking. I ain't said all like that, but in my mind, I'm like, yo, what do you mean?
That's just an excuse to stop you.
Like who the fuck signals 100 feet before, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I mean, it is the law. You're supposed to signal but I'm like, God damn, bro.
Don't nobody use their turner signals out here. Man. That should be pissing me off.
Shit crazy.
These people, they don't know
how to
drive.
But he let me go. The police, he didn't give me no ticket or nothing. You know what I'm saying? He looked in the car, saw my family in there. The Lord made him be at peace with me. But you know what I'm just saying, that shit kind of pissed me off. Like, signal? What?
That's
Pull me over for that?
That's the oppressor.
Yeah.
You got something?
Yeah, I got a precept.
Good.
This is Isaiah 19. I was going to do 15. I started at 14. The Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, have mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof.
Meaning everything they try to do, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
That's the spirit. The brother just read that.
Yep.
You know,
You know
it ain't gonna, you know, no amount of voting you can do, nobody you can put in office, no bill you can pass,
Right.
no deal you can make with, because these countries ain't gonna want your money. They
Right.
said they shall not regard gold nor silver.
Right.
They're gonna be on, as Jake said, they're gonna be on demon time.
Neither they're kings nor princes. Right?
Yep.
And it says, as a drunken man staggereth in his vomit. Right? That's the point I was bringing out. Neither shall there be any work for Egypt,
Yep.
which the head or tail, branch or rush may do.
And they're projected with AI.
Yeah.
You know, I think next year around this time, AI is getting ready to replace all the jobs, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, AI right now is studying you on how they're gonna replace your ass.
Right.
You know,
And that was the point I was going back to the farmers. There shall be no work, even for, you know what I'm saying, the people that produce the food that keep America going.
so that's gonna bring a famine.
Exactly. Exactly.
You know? So there's no farmers getting the food, and there's no truckers to bring the food to the markets. That's a famine.
Right.
That's bad.
That's the point I made a couple of camps ago. These different plagues beget other plagues and pestilences.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That lack of food is gonna cause what? The kick-door effect.
Yep.
Neighbors shall invade the other neighbor's pantry.
Yep.
For lack thereof food. You know?
Yep.
But no, because when I be making my little runs, you know, and shit, I'll be out like then there with cornfields and shit, man. You know, it was like a couple big ass cornfields with corn still on the stock that's just rotted.
Yeah.
Cause I had got out and I was like, damn, I might give me a piece of corn today. So I got out, you know what I'm saying? Cause sometimes you gotta use the bathroom out. There ain't no bathroom. You know what I'm saying? Boom. I got out and looked at the cornfield. It's a big ass cornfield just full of corn. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? So are they deliberately not harvesting the food?
That happened during 2020. They're not harvesting it. A lot of the crops, they're just allowing them to go bad, or they're just destroying them.
And the workers, they ain't got the migrants. The reapers.
Yep. They don't got nobody to reap down their fields no more because you want to deport them.
Exactly.
But now get your ass out there, Esau.
Exactly.
Cat Williams was making a joke about that. His new stand-up.
Yeah.
He was saying, now you got to be out there picking and getting.
Picking cotton.
You know, which for the longest, Issachar, the North, been out there doing it, but now, you know, they're scared to work because they might come up missing, man.
Don't be surprised if you get some Edomites that's from the country come out here trying to get some homeless black people to come out there to pick, you know what I'm saying? We give you a place to stay.
Right.
Pretty much putting them in slavery. That's what they're doing.
Yeah. No, I've seen it out there. I've seen our northern brothers out there. They got like little like shacks and shit out there. I've seen them coming out the houses. They got, you know, it's every I would call it plantation is different. Some of them got shacks, some of them got like RVs, some got actual little small houses and shit though. But yeah, that's you know how they say he went off the reservation. Well, Jake gonna go off the plantation on your ass.
Yep.
Real soon. Start scalping you motherfuckers, man.
Let's get
Nat Turner in your ass.
Isaiah 32. Read this and probably end it a couple of minutes. Back in this article, CNN.com, millions of Americans are at risk of losing food stamps next month amid the shutdown. So that's another key sign that this place is going down because we're in a shutdown. And you guess when the last government shutdown happened? The last time I was in office. And how long did it last? 35 days. So if this goes into November, which most likely it will, people are not going to get their food stamps next month, man. No? It says roughly 42 million people are at risk of losing critical food assistance in November amid the federal government shutdown, and it's not clear whether the cruel Lord will step in to find the funds to continue paying benefits as it has with other priorities. The food stamp program will run out of money in 2 weeks. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins told reporters at the White House on Thursday. So you're talking about millions and millions of vulnerable families, of hungry families that are not going to have access to these programs because of the shutdown, she said. So it's a wrap,
Right.
you know. Let's get
This
that
is
now.
the book of Isaiah 32 and 9. Rise up, ye women that are at ease.
For the longest, these women, mainly the Israelite women, but all of these goddamn women, they have been living carefree lives because they have been able to get away with collecting benefits from the program.
Right.
Whether it be Section 8 and their rent is like hella damn low, or they getting food stamps, so they don't have to worry about that, or child support from 5 different men because they didn't land around. And now they just elected. They don't gotta leave the house for shit.
Right.
Only to go get food.
Right.
But now that's coming to an end as all these benefits are being taken. That's why it says rise up. A lot of these women, they're not going to rise up, man.
Right.
The majority of women in Babylon are going to be destroyed.
Right.
There's only a few select women that's going to be delivered, man.
Yeah. Yeah. The scripture actually says that the majority of women, the majority of people that are gonna die is gonna be women. You know what I mean? And it says, "Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, give ear unto my speech."
Right, because let's be honest, how many men get food stamps? A lot of men don't. Mainly women. I don't know a lot of dudes that got food stamps. Mostly women get those benefits. The man, they deny him.
Right. Verse 10, "Many days and years shall ye be troubled."
So that's a long time because this thing is going to happen quick. Once the prophecy start rolling, our temptation is not going to be years, it's going to be months away. So that's just a period of time where you're going to be extremely suffering, starving. It's going to get so bad. Remember the story from Kings, those 2 women, they were just trying to decide which child they're going to eat first.
Right.
So they ate one child, and the other mother hid her son.
Right.
Demon. So it's going to get to that point of extreme desperation to where people going to commit acts of cannibalism.
Right.
So because they so damn hungry, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because when you extremely hungry, man, your ability to rationalize that shit wears very thin. I've been hungry, like, I'm pretty sure, pretty much every brother, that's been in the, raised in the ghetto has been hungry, but I'm just saying, like, that feeling like, oh shit, I ain't thinking straight. Like, what's that shit, that Snickers commercial?
No,
Are you hangry?
Yep. You're not you when you're hungry. Or even one of those cartoons where they see, like, you see somebody and they turn into a piece of chicken because they're hallucinating.
Yeah. You start to see mirages and shit. And it says, "For the vintage shall fail."
Right. It says the vintage shall fail. So that goes into these different benefits and stuff they be getting. Right now, how many people know what a vintage is? How many people have land? You don't have a land where you get, gather grapes from a vintage.
Right.
So the modern day vintage is Esau giving you benefits, but really he's setting you up because you claim to be so independent, but you're not independent. You're dependent on Esau.
Right. Just how he wanted it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, good. Just like her, she said she don't know what type of God we worship.
That's what she said?
That's what she said. But
she said what?
She said, I don't know what type of God they worship.
Oh, wow. That's why she looked back. Yeah.
She bugged out anyway.
Well, ask the question, sis.
Well, you don't find out.
Gonna find out. The book of Zechariah, chapter 10, verse 2. "For the idols have spoken vanity, and the diviners have seen a lie."
That's how you know that's our people, because these other women, they don't come by doing that. But the Israelite woman, was that's the spirit anyway, because we was getting on them.
Right.
I don't know what type of God they worship.
Right. Walking up, in a sense.
That's why I said that, man.
Right.
The Lord's going to do away with a lot of these Babylonian women.
Shalom. Oh, that's
That's Paula.
Paula and her husband. But to be honest, there's only but one God, if you will. You know what I mean? And his name is Yahweh. and his son Yahweh Shai. So there should be no question.
And we're trying to teach you
You know what
about
I'm
it
saying?
so you can have a covering.
Yeah.
Don't learn about your boy. You're gonna know
You
him
know?
in another way. You ain't gonna
Right.
You
And she's an Israelite. Specifically, he's your guy.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Her guy is the other
White Jesus.
No, that milk of magnesia. Sweet baby Jesus.
the
Mm.
book of Zechariah, chapter 10, verse 2. The idols have spoken vanity, and the diviners have seen a lie, and I have told false dreams. They comfort in vain thereof. They went their way as a flock. They were troubled because of there was no shepherd. Because we ain't got no leaders. Our 2/3 ain't got no leaders, so they looking for these rappers.
Right.
You know, these celebrities, they leaders,
Mhm.
man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's that perverse spirit. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? In the midst of Babylon, man. You know, because the anger of the Lord don't took away our leaders, cast blindness on them. So now they're gonna go astray, following after Donald Trump.
Right.
They're gonna take that Quran. You know what I'm saying? You know, they sing false dreams, false. You know what I mean? They promise you,
Yeah.
you know, bullshit. Oh, you know, y'all gonna get this, y'all gonna get that. We're gonna be in America, and that got dumb about people following this man, thinking it's
Right.
gonna be all right, but it's not. He's gonna put you in captivity all over again.
And he's shown that. He's done everything opposite of what he said he was going to do.
Everything complete opposite, man.
Yep.
But going back to what you said, though, I watched this one. I forgot what it was I was watching, but it was like a news anchor was interviewing this dude and his son, and he asked his son what did he want to be when he grow up, and he raised this little demon up. He wanted to be a rapper. You remember back in the day, you wanted to be like a fireman, army ranger, a doctor, or something. He said a rapper.
Yeah, you
I
ask a
said,
kid what they
damn.
want to be, they might say, well, I want to be an astronaut. I want to go to the moon.
Yeah.
You know, kids have imaginations. You know, I want to be, you know, a doctor or, you know,
Yeah,
the
deep sea
president.
diver or something.
But
Like it has really changed. I said, he said, and you're an athlete.
exactly.
He said a rapper. I
I
said,
want to be
holy
like,
shit.
I want to be like Michael Jordan.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you want to be the next Jay-Z and shit.
Right.
You know,
See, but 2/3 of our people, just like the scripture said, y'all seen lies, man. You hearken on to lies, man. Y'all think everything is gonna be good. Y'all think y'all gonna go into the future, get a house, a business, but he just gave you false dreams, false hopes. You know, that's what happened when you worship the devil. You know what I mean? It's a movie about that. He led the people and they thinking they're gonna get this, but then when they came into his world, then they was, you know, they found out they was tricked. You know what I'm saying? They found out it was instead of gold in that fucking in that chest box, it was sand. You know what I'm saying? Like
fool's gold.
Yeah, golden sand.
yeah, that gold turned into sand. You know what I'm saying? They've been tricked. That's goes to show you that Esau Edom, he's a vampire. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He's that vampire, man. Give you false hopes of mortality.
Right.
Then when he bites you, then you realize you can't come out in the sun. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm.
You take that chip, you ain't gonna be able to get salvation.
Yeah, because a lot of people that sell their soul, at some point they want out, but then they try to speak out against the system or what's really going on.
Yeah.
Then Esau kill them like Michael Jackson.
Yep.
You know, let's finish that.
Yeah.
That's all.
Verse 11. Wait. Finish in verse 10. The gathering shall not come.
Exactly. Meaning what? The stamp shall not come. You're gonna check your card, it ain't gonna be there.
Right.
You know?
Yeah,
You're gonna go to gather, ain't shit gonna be there.
Right.
You know, Jake gonna flip out when they wake up, they expecting their money to be in there. Like, this is sufficient. What you mean?
And this is reality. This is what's happening right now. While you just going about your day in fucking la la land.
Right.
All your rights are being taken away. All your benefits are being taken away. What you gonna do? You're being put in the corner.
Yeah. On purpose, right? Verse 11. Tremble ye women that are at ease.
Meaning what? I mean, that's a sign of being in terror, fear, right? When you're trembling, so you're shaking. You ever been so scared you started shaking? You know,
uncontrollable.
That's how these people should be right now, because it's happening.
Right.
It ain't a prophecy like it says at the end it shall speak and not lie. It's speaking now. We just read the article from CNN.
Right.
You know,
And I should tell you something, you women, because the Lord doubled down on that. That was the second time that was mentioned. That was in the beginning. It says, "Rise up, ye women that are at ease." Right?
Meaning what? Come back to the Lord, get in order, get a man of the Lord, key, you know? But instead, they walk around here talking shit.
Right.
So when Esau jack them up or they get grabbed up, hey, that's your judgment.
Right.
That's evil. For some reason, man. You know they got a problem with authority because when you try to tell them, give them some advice, they double down on it. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you tell them to go, you tell them to go right, but they still want to go left.
Mhm.
That I just told you, and then when they go left, and then they find out they was wrong, they come to you, oh, you was right. Duh.
That's
Right,
that's exactly what's
right,
about to happen
right.
to the
Yep.
prophets.
Right.
You
I
know?
love to tell you so.
So
Right.
Don't be
I'm saying?
surprised we come out here one week and it's just like mad people. Like, yo, what's that? What's the mark of the beast?
Right.
You know, or what's his name?
Right.
You know, they gotta get it now because it's gonna come a time where the Lord's gonna move us. So we ain't
Well,
gonna be
that's
out
what I
here.
was gonna say. Yeah. By that time, it's gonna be too late. The Lord gonna remove, you know what I'm saying, the prophets. So good. Fuck them. I mean, you had your chance.
Was that it on that?
Uh,
Let's end it on Isaiah 14.
well, I'll finish it out because that was a semicolon. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins.
Meaning what? Meaning you're gonna be
Lower state.
You're gonna be brought low.
Yeah.
You know, but
the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob.
But it's the end all be all. But we're telling you that before we get here, 2/3 of you gonna go. The man is gonna be a woman. When shit happens, man, the main people that suffer are women and children. Because what? The men end up going to
Weaker
war,
vessel. Yeah.
and then a lot of men. It says that a lot of men gonna die in the war, so that's gonna leave behind women and children.
That goes up with the second Ezra, the 16th chapter. You know what I'm saying? The woman shall have no husband, the daughter shall have no husband.
Yep, it says it. It said they're gonna be in a state of mourning. Last week when we read that a woman came by, she was wailing.
Boo-hoo crying.
You know.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel.
Meaning it's not Esau, not Ishmael.
And set them,
the 12 tribes. Go ahead.
Set them in their own land.
We're gonna be giving our land back.
And the strangers shall be joined with them.
The strangers are also Israelites. They right now they out there. They might be springing amongst all. Well, they are springing amongst all the other nations right now, like Elam, you know, Persia, Russia. They might not even know they're Israelite, but during that time, they gonna cleave because they are. They're gonna be brought back to the land with us.
And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob, and the people shall take them, bring them to their place, and the house of the Lord, of the house of Israel, shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids.
So we're gonna go back with slaves too. Keep going, it's gonna tell you.
Right.
And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were.
So that's who we're gonna be possessing. The people who possessed us.
And they shall rule over their oppressors.
So we're getting ready to rule over you forever.
And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord shall give thee rest from all thy sorrow.
Right, because this ain't our rest, but we getting ready to enter in our rest, Lord willing. You know?
And from thy fear, and from the hard bondage, wherein thou wast made to serve.
Yeah, because it's a hard ass life, man.
Yeah.
You always say it's a hard not life. But it's a rite of passage though. We're happy to go through it, man.
Right.
Just like Leonidas in the 300, when they was most happy was on the battlefield. Yeah, he had his wife at home, he had his situation set up, but he was happy to die on that battlefield because he's a warrior. We're spiritual warriors.
Right.
If you look up gladiator, it means a swordsman.
Yeah.
But this is our sword.
Yeah.
So you can call yourself a gladiator, but we're spiritual gladiators.
Yeah. Well, he already knew what will befall of them if they didn't fight back because they will become slaves.
Exactly.
Like he said, bow. He said, bad knees.
Right.
Of course, you're gonna be happy to die for fighting for your freedom because what else do I got to go into slavery?
Exactly, and that's us.
You know what I'm saying?
That's us. That's the option. That's the condition of the battle.
Right.
So you go in the world, or you fall out, you take the chip. That's you being put in slavery, or you Lord willing, you're enduring to the end. That's you like dying for your freedom.
Exactly.
So check the cover. We got some precepts.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
The book of Lamentation, chapter 14, verse 8 through 19. It said, not our steps that we cannot go in our streets or in our and near our days are fulfilled, for the end is come. And the prosecutors are swifter than the eagles.
That's Esau.
Esau.
Did it say who put it up?
That was the Quam.
The farm.
Yep.
Yep.
Go ahead. Got one more verse.
And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrows and from thy fear and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how
Right. No King's Day, right? The scripture says the king of
King
Babylon.
Yep.
That's Mr. Trump.
How have thou oppressed the cease, the golden city cease?
That's America. It's ceasing.
Right.
The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke.
That's him from Black Wall Street, Lake Lanier, Jim Crow laws, Ku Klux Klan, the 13th Amendment, putting you back in slavery with the industrial prison system.
Jim Crow law.
You know, read that again, man. That's how he smote us with a continue. He never took
off the gas.
He never took off the gas.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 6. Who has smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger and prosecute, none hindereth.
None hindered. You know, nobody's gonna help you. Nobody's about to help Esau when it's time for you to go into slavery. You know?
The whole earth is at rest and quiet. They break forth into singing.
Right, people are gonna be so happy when this man's taken out of power, man. You know, there's gonna be like, we seen Wizard of Oz when he was younger. When the witch died, what would they do? They started
celebrating.
They started celebrating, man.
Right.
The earth is literally the earth is being oppressed, man. It says what the Lord said, I will destroy them that destroy the earth. You know?
Yea, the fir trees rejoice in thee, and thy cedar and of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up against us.
Yeah, and that fella means what? That someone who fells trees, who destroys. That's Esau, because his blessing is the sword. I mean, he ain't gonna be able to destroy people no more, you know?
Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming, and stir up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It has raised up from their throne all the kings of nations. Verse 10, all thy shall speak, say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we?
Right.
Art thou become like unto us?
Go ahead, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? He said, now the other nations see the chink in America's armor, man.
Right.
They see the weakness now. They smell the blood, man.
Right.
It's like that shark, you get drip blood and sharks not to circle
Miles
around you.
away.
Wait, you know what I'm saying? Now they see the weakness. They see y'all falling, man. They seen a lot of confusion. The man became weak as women.
The
You
man
know what I'm
became
saying?
women.
Yep.
Vice versa.
Now they got their brigandine up high too. They got their
Right.
weapons of mass destruction as well.
Yeah.
See, the Heavenly Father put Esau in the trick bag for them to be greedy, to sell off these secrets to these other nations.
Right.
Now the other nations build up their military
Yeah.
to come against you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
they say, the weak said I'm strong.
Strong. Yep.
Yeah.
So so now the same people that y'all was bullying is about to destroy you with your own weapons that you gave
Right.
them, dummy.
Right. Yeah.
We can end it there if y'all good.
Yep.
With that, we're gonna end it. Lord willing, this has been an edifying lesson. All giving all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rekakudas. Shalom to the elect.
Shalom. That's good kid.